One thing is needful, and that thing is wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all your getting, get understanding. Some years ago, Henry Ford, one of the richest men of his time, brought suit against Chicago Tribune for libelous publication of statements concerning him, one of which was that Ford was an ignoramus and ignorant pacifist. When the suit came up for trial, the attorneys for the newspaper criticized and cross-examined Ford, trying to prove that he was ignorant. One of the questions they asked him was, how many soldiers did the British send over to subdue the rebellion in the colonies in 1776? And to which Ford answered that, I do not know how many, but I do know that it was a lot more than ever went back. This line of interrogation was continued for some time, with Ford permitting the smart aleck lawyers to play with him until he was tired of it. In reply to a particularly insulting question, Ford straightened himself up, pointed his finger at the questioning lawyer, and replied, if I should answer the foolish question you have just asked, let me remind you that I have a row of electric push buttons hanging on my desk, and by placing my finger on the right button, I could call in men who will give me the correct answer to all the questions you have asked, and to many that you have not the intelligence either to ask or to answer. Now, will you kindly tell me why I should bother about filling my mind with a lot of useless details in order to answer every foolish question that anyone may ask, when I have able men all around me who can supply me with all the facts I want when I call for them? The court went silent. True education means mind development, not merely the gatherings and classifying of knowledge. I'm going to repeat. True education means mind development, not merely the gathering and classifying of knowledge. Welcome to Success Digest, where we analyze and discuss those requirements for financial independence needed to live a life of prosperity and abundance. My name is Kayode Enraitan, the publisher of Success Digest video series, together with the journals and the magazines, and the CEO, Kenneth Consult Limited, a financial service firm that is based in London. The topic of my discussion with you today is education, knowledge, and wisdom. Education, knowledge, and wisdom. Educate is to give intellectual, moral, and social instruction to someone, typically at a school or university. It is giving someone training in or information on a particular subject. There has long been a general misconception of the meaning of the word educate. The dictionary has not helped, for it define the word educate as an act of imparting knowledge. While I subscribe to that definition, and who am I to question it? But the word educate has its roots in the Latin word educo, which means to develop from within, to educe, to draw out, to go through the law of use. Nature hates idleness in all its forms. Nature gives continuous life only to those elements which are in use. Power grows out of organized knowledge that grows out of it through application and usage. Tie up an arm or any other portion of the body, taking it out of use, and the idle part will soon atrophy and become lifeless. Reverse the order. Give an arm more than normal use, such as the blacksmith who wedge heavy hammer all day long, and that arm grows strong, developing from within. Power grows out of and through application and usage. An education person is one who knows how to acquire everything he needs in the attainment of his main purpose in life without violating the rights of his fellow men. It might be a surprise to you to know that many so-called men of learning come nowhere near qualification as men of education, while it might be a great surprise to many who believe that they suffer from lack of learning to know that they are well educated. I personally witnessed this in my banking career. I manage a branch of bank in one of the banks in Nigeria, at the biggest market in Lagos called Okeani Market. While marketing those women who are distributed to many manufacturing companies in Nigeria and whose attendance at the four walls of a classroom is very limited. They will quote figures for us before we bring out our calculators to get the figures. These are people whom we, with our first, second, or even third degrees, look down as uneducated. I will give you another example. The successful lawyer is not necessarily the one who memorized the greatest number of principles of law. On the contrary, the successful lawyer is one who knows where to find a principle of law plus a variety of opinions supporting that principle, which fit immediate needs of a given case. In effect, the successful lawyer is he who knows where to find the law he wants when he needs it. This principle applies with equal maxim to the affairs of industries and businesses. That is, education consists of the power with which to get everything one needs when he needs it. What then is knowledge? Knowledge is facts, information, and skill acquired through experience or education. It is a state of knowing specific information on the subject. Education gives knowledge, and knowledge acquired, applied, and put to use gives power. Power grows out of organized knowledge. Note the word grows out of due to usage. A man may become a walking encyclopedia of knowledge and without possessing any power of value if that knowledge is not put to use, because this knowledge becomes power only to the extent that is organized, classified, and put to action. Some of the best educated men the world has known possess much less general knowledge than some who have been known as ignorant and fools. The difference between the two is that one put what knowledge they possess into use while the other did not. This brings me to wisdom. What then is wisdom? Wisdom is the ability to relate oneself to nature's law so as to make them serve you, and the ability to relate yourself to other people so as to gain their harmonious, willing cooperation in helping you to make life yield whatever you demand of it. There are two key issues here and must be applied together. One is to relate to nature's law, as the farmer must sow his seed at the right season. And the second, to relate to other people harmoniously, again, as the farmer must do to people buying his product, buying his harvest. Therefore, the knowledgeable man who has acquired his knowledge through education must apply his knowledge using wisdom. That is the correlation of the three. I started this discussion by saying one thing is needful, and that thing is wisdom. This is because I've never come across a fool who become a rich or wealthy person. Even if the wealth is bequeathed to him, he will waste it. Sustainable wealth comes by having the ability to create wealth and the wisdom to relate harmoniously with other people. That is why wealth inherited by a fool dries up quickly, and riches obtained in the jackpot also dry up fast. Also, a project succeeds when it benefits all the components of that project. Wisdom has its feature, and I'm going to share some of these features with you right now. Number one, wisdom cannot be inherited, but can be imparted. That is why the son of a professor must go to school to learn his own. Your genealogy can only help in the impartation process. The second one is accumulation of knowledge does not translate to wisdom. And that's why where a lot make mistake. If knowledge were wisdom, the achievement of science and technology achievement will not have been converted into destructive mechanism as it is today. Knowledge can be converted into wisdom only when there is the desire to have wisdom. Since wisdom cannot be imposed or entrusted upon someone, must be voluntarily sought after. It is not safe for one to have extensive knowledge and lack wisdom. This will result in abuse and chaos. Wisdom is not acquired overnight. You have to grow into it, and it has to be cultivated. Hence, majority of people with wisdom acquire it after they've passed a certain age. Prior to this, many are too busy gathering knowledge and organizing it with plans seeking wisdom. Adversity and failure, as much as we loathe them, are nature's universal languages through which she imparts wisdom to those who are ready to receive it. The point I'm trying to pass across to you in my discussion with you today is that gathering knowledge via the medium of education must be applied with wisdom before it can be translated into monetary remuneration, which is the ultimate goal of every individual in life. For instance, the cold, cruel, relentless truth in this age of materialism is a man is nothing unless he is enriched behind the power of money. A man might be genius, a walking encyclopedia of knowledge. The fact still remains that genius without money with which to give it expression is but an empty skeleton, like honor. The man without money is at the mercy of the man who has it. There is no escape from the fact that people will relate to you very lightly on the light of the bank balances, no matter who you are or what you can do. The first question that arises in the mind of most people when they meet a stranger is, how much money does he have? He is welcome into homes and business opportunities are thrown his way. If he has money, all sorts of attention are lavished upon him. He is the prince and as such is entitled to the best of the land. But if his shoes are run down on the heels, his clothes far from being gay with dirty collars, and it shows plainly the sign of improvised finances, woe be his lot. For the passing crowd will step on his toes and blow the smoke of disrespect on his face. The man who can intelligently use the knowledge possessed by another man is as much as a man of education as the person who merely has the knowledge but does not know what to do with it. I'm going to conclude this discussion with the story of the president of a college who inherited a large portion of very poor land. This land has no timber of commercial value, no minerals or any valuable components, but became a source of expenses to him as he had to pay taxes on it, notwithstanding that the state built a highway road through his land. An uneducated man who was driving his car over this road observed that this poor land was on top of a mountain, which enabled a wonderful view for miles in all directions. He also observed that many pins and other saplings were on the land. He approached the college principal and bought 50 acres of the land for $10 an acre. He then built unique log houses near the public highway, to which he attached large dining rooms. Near the house, he put a petrol filling station and built a dozen single-room log houses along the road. This he rented out to tourists at $5 a night each. The dining room, the petrol station, and the log houses brought this visionary, uneducated man $25,000 the first year. The next year, he extended his project by adding 50 more log houses of 3 rooms each, which he now rents out as summer country home to people in a nearby city at a rental of $250 each for the season. The building materials cost him next to nothing, for it grew out of the land in abundance. The same land which the college principal, the educated man, believed to be worthless. Success never eludes he, who not only see a thing as it is, but sees it as it can become. The man, which most of us might call ignorant, in 1 year mixed his ignorance with 50 acres of worthless land and made the combination yield an income that will take the so-called educated man 5 years of the application of his education. This is application of knowledge with wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all you're getting, get understanding. I'm stopping here due to time constraints. If you are interested in a fuller version of this discussion or any of my previous videos, together with one-to-one discussion, please feel free to contact us at Kenneth Consult Limited and allow us to discuss with you more enlightenments and ingredients needed for becoming financially independent. We are the financial experts that specializes in financial management. We will invest your fund on financial instrument for you at the stock exchange and manage it for you thereafter. Our Kenis Academy also provides training in career, skill development, business development, and entrepreneurial development, business counseling, and mentoring, including youth vocational training. Let us continue to travel together on this journey of success through the path of wisdom. To be informed is to be transformed, and not to be informed is to be deformed. My name still remains Kayode Enerison, and I can be reached on 07427942000 or 07951775255. Better still, visit our website kenisconsultlimited.uk. kenisconsultlimited.uk. If you are blessed by this video, please subscribe to it, share it, and like it. And better still, visit our blog on YouTube for more of our videos. Please continue to enjoy your success.